Yes, today we're going to be talking about the history of mathematics and how it has grown over the last about 6,000 years or so. Some of the first evidence of math we can find from ancient Sumeria, ancient Babylonia, and ancient Egypt. One of the first pieces of evidence that we found dates back about 20,000 years. It's called the Ishango bone, and it has evidence of tally marks carved into it, which was most likely the product of a business transaction or some other need to keep track of counting, some sort of counting, some item. You never know because all that we can see is tally marks on this bone, but it's definitely evidence of some sort of counting. Math began originally as a way to keep business records. So as population begins to grow, there is an increase in need to keep track of land, resources, and wealth. And the best way to do that is to come up with some sort of numerical method to count. And ancient Sumeria has some of the best cuneiform writing that we can see today, and it's great evidence of them coming up with a way of counting. Beginning in about the 4th century till about the 12th century, mathematics began to flourish in a different way. People began wondering why nature works in the way that it does, and we began asking ourselves, how can we describe these phenomena? In ancient Greece, philosophers such as Aristotle, Plato, and Socrates laid out many of the foundations of logic that we use in math today. Also, people like Euclid came up with the foundations for modern geometry. These were people who really pushed the boundaries and decided to figure out things in their own way. In the Middle East, there was the foundations of algebra. A Persian mathematician in Baghdad created the first textbook from which all of our modern rules of algebra are derived from. It was using these foundations of geometry, algebra, and logic which enabled our modern mathematicians to come up with their theories that we know today. Isaac Newton came up with our theory of calculus and how polynomials relate to their derivatives and integrals. And Albert Einstein gave us his special theory of relativity, which we use in physics and quantum physics today. I hope you guys have learned a little bit about math and kind of how it's evolved over the years. And I'm glad that I gave you an opportunity to learn about such. Thank you.